wake up in the morning, and ate a poisonous African scorpion. At noon, he swallowed a neoscorpion. Just looking at it makes me feel scared. Dinner will be a whole glass jar. Contains some mystical mixture. Finally, it will end with a late-night meal, with the main dish being fresh beef tongue. Is this man crazy or what? Not at all. He was just practicing before going to prison. Because 6 months later, this person will have to go to jail. Stan is a con artist with no conscience. Specializes in fraudulently selling dilapidated houses to the elderly. And so Stan was sentenced to 3 years in prison. 6 months later, the sentence will begin to be served. Gentle reminder, America's prisons are no different from hell on earth. A friend who served time in prison told Stan that, after entering there, being beaten to death is not scary at all. But a skinny guy like him will definitely be tortured. Every day I can't lift my head. This is the scariest thing. After hearing that news, Stan fell into deep thought. He quickly spent a lot of money to hire a mysterious Taoist, very good at martial arts. The master Stan wants him. Train yourself to become a martial arts master. Within half a year. Master said that if only based on Stan's small body, but wants to become the ruler of the prison, then you have to practice Chinese Kung Fu. Master marketer, let me see first. What is called profound internal energy? Look here, a finger piercing. Seeing that, Stan also wanted to try it. He stretched out his middle finger and used force to do the same as his master. And so the swelling of the finger forms a right angle. As for the master, it's not surprising. He just gently retorted, "Is a normal finger. Practice properly, my friend." Later, Stan's demonic training officially begins. First is strength training first. Every day I have to carry 2 boxes of cigarette butts weighing 150 pounds. And had to stand up and sit down 500 times. But underneath the dangerous spot is a sharp blade. If you accidentally touch it, then this life is considered to be absolute. There's no problem. Next is to practice quick reactions. Just react slowly. The ball will be thrown close to you. Third is practicing internal exercises. Every day I have to sleep in bed. All nails are din. Then came Tai Chi Wing Chun. At the same time, you must also be proficient in weapons. The most perverted practice part is this one. Stand is incomprehensible. But Master said that after going to jail, then you will have to thank him for what he taught. But the most difficult exercise to mention is this one. Smell your stinky feet, baby. Just like that, Stan practices diligently day after day. Even the most Yang Chi-tied in the legend, you can still practice. Don't pay any attention to the quick reaction of dodging the ball. Even my master, he also beat Cho to lie on the ground. Now finally, Stan can also go to the battlefield. At this point, I have to go to jail. Then the lawyer told Stan that this prison, the scariest prison in the entire United States, should be a little careful. But Stan wasn't afraid at all. Who's afraid of a chai? Let's see who dares to bully me. See you again in 3 years, brothers. After eloquently declaring, Stan confidently walked to the report location. First time going to jail, Stan was sexually harassed by the man next to him. "Hey baby, what's your name?" "Tell me, let me hear this." But Star had a cold face without hesitation. He turned to pinch the spot. That guy's danger made him scream in pain. When checking in, then an old man took over Stan's bed. "Please get down for me." What do you think, the ghost just came without any rules? Let me teach you such rules. Now Stan can not only steal the top bunk, but also recruited an elderly junior to avoid being bullied when going to prison. Stan has tasted the honey of thorns for half a year. Every challenge he overcomes excellently. God does not disappoint people. After 6 months, Stan learned real martial arts. But if you want to really have a place, still have to fight. During the first day's operation, Stan asked Larry, who had the most reputation here. Here Larry asked again with an evil face. "So it's not a little boss. Kier is the boss of the mafia gang. I once beat someone to death with just 1 punch. Another person is a gang leader in Mexico. There are many juniors, but each one follows him, are all willing to sacrifice unconditionally. And a most untouchable name is the chief commander of the Nazi gang. At first glance, it seems like he doesn't like aggression. Dangerous and cunning, always carries a weapon with him. Stand and listen all day. I can't be patient anymore. I asked him which one had the most reputation. Has the most reputation. Larry pointed fearfully at a giant man. His name is Ray, but I like to bully weak friends the most. Already, he also has a perverted hobby of smelling other people's breath. Seeing that, Stan said okay. Then fall on him. Stan ran over and took the initiative to pick a fight with the big guy, Ray. Go away. Go somewhere else. I'll come over tonight to take care of you. After everything, you have to line up. You just called me Big Sow, that bastard. Okay, this effect is very satisfactory to me. Then he scolded Ray Butt for being a pervert. The prisoners gathered around to watch. But Ray, as soon as I heard someone insulting me, I became angry. He immediately took off his shirt, revealing the firm muscles of the entire six-pack body. But Ray went straight to Stan to teach this brat a lesson. Finally, Stan the twisted arms of the massive butt rail into spirals, then turned to break each of his knuckles. The sound of bones rattling is very sharp. Ray's butt hurts to the point of crying out loud. And Stan still hasn't forgiven him. And that's the end. Stan has won the title of prison boss. The Nazi team saw him at the top of the tower like that, so I kindly invite you to join the association. But Stan's answer is, give the big guy a huge blow. Now there is no one who dares to challenge you anymore. Who would have thought that there are still people who are not afraid of death? Gangs of black people want to stand out. Said he wanted revenge for Cho Ray's butt because no matter what, they are still counted as compatriots. The commander-in-chief has just issued an order. Immediately rushed forward like a beehive. Stan quickly grabbed a mop, then hit one guy and let him roll out there. Shaolin's method of using sticks. When a stick is thrown, one person must fall. Then Stan held one tight again. Place the stick horizontally on his shoulder, then use force to push it. The long stick now marches for 2 minutes. 2 hands, 2 short sticks. Stan looked like a god performing. Now there's only one person left. That is the boss of the gangster gang. Stan slowly and gently walked over. Then he gave this guy a punch, blew away the striker's golden jaw. In this battle, Stan truly became the master of the prison. Name matches reality. Wherever you go, everyone there has to stay 3 meters away. Just eat 1 meal. He also recruited a lot of juniors. Even Warden Frankie's invited Stan over for tea. Talk. Francis invited him to enjoy premium cigars and wine. It's been like that for a long time. Frankie's even arranged for Cho to stand in the entire office to work. When his wife comes to visit, Stan also gets Boss Cho to stay in his own room. But there is no such thing as a free meal. Frankie treats him well. Because I want you to help me with something important. Francis wants to destroy this prison, to build a tourist resort, then sell it and make a lot of money. It's true that getting rich is not difficult, but Stan was before Kier. Used to be a real estate dealer, famous in one area. Frankie's wants Stan to help him with this. And in return, he will reduce your sentence. Another year, and Stan is not a nice person either. So the two people reached a cooperation agreement. But one day, while working as a singer in the bathroom, then Stan was captured by a Nazi gang. Seek revenge. That guy used a toothbrush to make raw, a lamb knife. Prepare for the Stan raid. But Stan saw their silhouettes through the hanging rail and dodged the fatal blow. Then he took 2 pieces of soap and made homemade weapons out of raw. Then imitate Bruce Lee, which started jumping up to open the fight. And also from that day onwards, Stan decision will punish those who use violence in this prison. In an American prison, the prisoners are passionate about dancing at the football field. The 2 men hugged each other and started dancing. If you're not happy, Come out here and dance and you'll be happy. I'm so bored. Let's come out and dance together for fun. When you want to hit someone, Ray jumps for the throne. Francis was extremely surprised when he saw such a scene. Because of this prison capital, known as the most notorious prison in America, no prison can compare. Just a few days ago, violence is still everywhere in the prison. Everywhere we see scenes of head-scratching fighting. And the man himself, this stand changed everything. He ordered every prisoner that use of violence is strictly prohibited. Every 101 who dares to disobey orders. Because here's Stan as the best fighter. With his guidance, the prison gradually became more fun, more peaceful. Blacks and whites can share with each other. A stick. Two men from another gang accidentally touched each other. Also hastily apologized to the other person. Even tattoos on white people. Also changed the word "kill all the niggers" to "love our black brothers." On Stan's birthday, everyone is focused. Celebrate a warm birthday for you. They put on homemade birthday hats. Drink orange juice from the toilet. Join the party together. Gradually, everyone likes this change. Like the fun atmosphere, no violence, but this also makes Cho Francie Stick's blood boil. Because he has an extremely evil plan. Francis wanted to use the prisoners' riot to get the government to dismantle the prison, turn this place into a resort, and then earn a huge sum of money. See, there's only 1 week left. Is the leadership team that came to inspect. So Francis threatened Stan to reinstate. Violent activity. Punch each other. Even yes, the better it is for people to die if blood falls. Otherwise, Stan will not get a reduced sentence. One side is the happiness of another. One side is your own future. Stan is also not a god, so it's not that great. Early the next morning, he went to the training ground. Then he stood in front of everyone and announced that, from now on, I won't get involved in anything anymore. Women do whatever they want. They can fight and kill each other. He just finished speaking. Then all the prisoners returned to violence. Frankie was very happy seeing that. He took the pain of others as joy. A week later, the leadership group arrived. Prison guards secretly distributed weapons to prisoners so that they can conveniently kill each other. Frankie is also polite. Keep your promise to Stan. He proposed to his superiors to reduce your sentence. During the questioning session, Stan's answers are excellent as always. But in a trance, he thought of his fellow prisoners' happy smiles. Remember all the fun you had together. But all these things, about to be destroyed by the crazy Brazilian warden. Standing between humanity and freedom. In the end, Stan chose to go first. Decided to stand your side. Stan begins to mock the leaders here. He called the woman a devil. And the two men look like gorillas. The leader was extremely angry. Immediately kicked him out of the room. Just left the room. Stan punched the prison guard with mixed teeth. Then he ran straight to the training ground. That place was now full of prisoners holding weapons. Prepare to kill each other. And Francis is also ready to shoot at any time. But when the stand arrived, it was already late. But at that moment, Larry went to the middle of the field and turned on the music. Right after that, two bosses of two gangs passed from fighting to dancing. Then everyone else joined in with the music. The scene is now as fun as before. Even the leadership team came to check. It's impossible not to have fun with them. Stan was so happy that he smiled like a fool. But Frankie is already crazy. There's no reason left at all. The old man turned around and grabbed the gun, aimed at the prisoners and shot. Finally, Frankie turned to point the gun at the stand. But at a critical moment, there was a foot landing on Francis' face, causing him to lie unconscious. It turned out that Ray was Stan's wife, and the lawyer showed up just in time. 3 years later, Stan was released from prison on time. Everyone also ran to hug him. Instead of saying goodbye, there's even a prisoner who sees Stan as an idol, then tattooed his picture on his body to express my gratitude to you. And actually, His personality has also completely changed. He believes that after being released from prison, he will be a new person. In an upward direction. Stan determined will no longer do the work of the 7 virtues. I will reform my ways